I'm a bit back and forth here today what I should work on. I have been thinking a few days that I should be working on the Mini. Not that it is the most important thing in the world, but I don't want it sitting here. Either it should be in the garage and be worked on, or it should be in the backyard. So we need to do something to it. I want to make it a little more drivable. I have some stuff for the clutch sitting at the post office, and also I have bought some used stuff, some headlights, taillights, some trim around the grill that I didn't know I was missing, so that we can make it look a little bit better. So I have a plan that we're gonna take that into the garage and do some work on that, but also there's some other stuff that we need to work on. The Suburban, I've been driving that for a few days here, and I love driving that thing. It's so nice. If I can get the vibrations done, that would be so good to drive. So I want to get the winter tires on that thing, and we should also put on the winter tires on my truck. So also I'm thinking here every day, I'm thinking about the El Camino, that I need to get that thing going, at least to get the body onto the frame. But I want to do some general stuff. As I said, I want to get the Mini out of here. I'm gonna do some progress to that thing, then we're gonna try and sell it, and if it goes, it goes. Otherwise it will stay for the indefinite future. I got a bit of an idea yesterday, and my kids obviously loves cars and everything that moves, dirt bikes, lawnmowers, four-wheelers, and we have a bunch of four-wheelers and dirt bikes and everything, and we are currently building a lawnmower. What's the brand? Wheel Horse. It's actually an American lawnmower that we're putting in a four-wheeler engine with forward and reverse, and yeah, we're building all kinds of stuff. And I just got an idea about the Mini yesterday, because it is so small. It's basically a kid's car. So I got an idea that I should pull the engine and transmission from that thing and put in something smaller than 850cc, but something that can't go that fast, and with forward and reverse without a clutch, and make it sort of into a kid's car that my kids can drive here in the backyard or something. It's just an idea. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen. We'll see, but we're gonna do something to it at least, and see if we can get rid of it, or if it stays. But before all of that, there is something else we need to attend to here today, and that is I want to return my father's trailer, and we have to clean that, because obviously we have all of the rest of the truck that didn't end up in the junkyard. It was so rusty, so it's all over here. So we have to clean the trailer. Also, this is some stuff I saved from that truck. My dad is going to have the bed. He wants the rear axle. So we're gonna load up all of this onto the trailer after we've cleaned it. Then when the traffic has cleared a bit, we're gonna drive over to his place and leave that. And then maybe we'll see, but we might go by the used dealership that has this Suburban that I'm interested in, and see if we can make a deal on that. We'll see, but at least I want the trailer out of here. So let's start fixing this and see if we can head out. We're all loaded up. This has taken a lot longer than I thought it would, but we can just take this to my father, ditch the trailer. Then on the way home, we're gonna leave the bench seat, hopefully, because the guy that wants that is right beside the used dealer. So we'll see if we buy something today. I don't think that we will come to a deal, but he wants that hitch anyway, so hopefully we can get rid of that anyway. So I'll see when I get back to you and what has happened. So we have been at my father's place and left his trailer with the stuff that he wanted. Unfortunately, there wasn't really an opportunity to film there right now. He had some issues with his Volkswagen Transporter. He have changed the glow plugs, and now it doesn't want to start. It feels like it's air in the system or something. So he wasn't really in the mood. So I just left the trailer and drove away. Basically, I tried to help him bleed and so on, but we couldn't figure it out. So anyway, now we're heading to the dealership to look at this Suburban and hopefully get rid of the hitch and the seat that I have in the back here. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I don't think that we will buy a Suburban today, but who knows. But I'll be back to you when we're heading home again. we're home here again, and this whole day has just flown by. I knew that we weren't going to be able to do much here today, but the hours has just flown by. But I'm happy that my father's trailer is out of here, the truck, the rear axle and everything is out of here. So the winter cleanup is going really, really well. So we're gonna continue with that. But I was at this used car dealership, and he had two vehicles that I am interested in, one more than the other. None of them are Chevy Suburbans, but they are basically the same. One is a GMC Yukon XL, which is the same as a Suburban, and one is a Cadillac Escalade. And I'm not familiar with the Escalade terms, but it is the Suburban version of the Escalade. So it's exactly the same body as I want, except it has, from my opinion, the uglier front ends. The Escalade is a bit better than the GMC. The GMC 2007 to 2014, they are so ugly. I can't understand that they made such an ugly front end, but it is hideous. So either way, I would probably change to the Chevy front end if we could buy one of these. And I'm interested in both of them. Both of them have issues. They have been sitting for quite a while. But the Escalade I'm a bit more interested in because it is in worse condition, basically. It's fairly decent in the body, but it has been sitting for a few years now. Apparently it's it has been registered in Sweden, but then it has gone to Poland, or is it called Lithuania? I don't know. Somewhere down there, and been registered, and now it's apparently back in Sweden. It's not registered in Sweden as of right now, which doesn't matter for me. It's only good if I can get it cheaper because of that. And it is supposed to be startable, running and driving, has engine and transmission, but it looks terrible. Unfortunately, I can't show you anything right now. I don't like to show other people's stuff. I like to show you what I work on, and I don't want to show too much where other people live and work and so on. So we'll see if we can buy it, but it is the most horrible example you can ever think of, because I think it has a sunroof, and I think that has been leaking. So you could see water pouring out down the rocker when we opened the door. So it's filled with water, it's moldy, it's got moss on the floors, and it is horrible. But it would be perfect for me because it's a body we can use. We can sell engine and transmission, we can fix the interior or change it or whatever. But unfortunately, I was a bit late to the dealership, and he had to go on a lunch meeting, and I unfortunately had to go home to my dogs before he could return. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to talk any prices yet, so I can't give you an update. And we have done business before. I bought some vehicle from him and he bought from me. So we have been able to do business before, but he's a pretty tough negotiator. So we'll see if we can make something happen. I really hope so, but yeah, we'll see. But for now, I don't have any update, but I'm hopeful. But as I said, we're running out of time here, but I just want to do one sort of progress here. And that is, I want to remove the carb from the Blazer and see if there's a problem with it, if we can fix it, and maybe tomorrow we can throw it back on and have this up and running, because I hate that this thing ran so good in the Oldsmobile and now it is just a mess. So see if we can remove the carb and look at it. I've taken apart the carb here and I can't find anything super obvious. We have some debris here in the rear bowl, nothing too critical in my opinion. We have a little spot here in the front bowl, but for how bad it was running, it doesn't feel like it should look this good. I have taken out some of these and checked them, and all of them seems to be clear, no debris in them. So I can't really understand how it could be running so bad, but something that was interesting, or is interesting, is this puddle here on the bench, because as you can see, this puddle is floating on top of this puddle around it. So I believe that we still had some water in the rear bowl, because I think this is water around here and the fuel is floating on top of that. That's my guess at least. And it's unbelievable that there still could be water in this thing. I mean, I've been running it for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I thought that it would have cleared out many times over, but maybe that's not how carbs work. What do I know? So maybe we have done something good just by taking it apart, but I think I'm just gonna clean it as good as possible here and put it back on the truck again. Also, something that was interesting was that I emptied out the carb in my what is called bucket for oil and stuff, and the last thing I did was I put some 2-stroke oil in the tank, and my 2-stroke oil is red. And when I flipped the carb, I could definitely see red fuel from the front bowl, but the rear bowl looked a lot clearer. So I don't know if, I mean, why wouldn't we have gotten more fuel to the rear bowl? It's beyond me, but that's how it looked at least. I don't know. But I'm just gonna clean it, put it back, see how it works, and take it from there, because I can't really see any obvious problem here. But it was good taking it apart, so we know that it isn't corroding or something like that. But unfortunately, that's all that we have time for here today. I was hoping that we would be getting some more done here, but also I knew that it would take a lot of time going to my father's place and the used dealership and so on. And sometimes you have to spend time with that also. But I'm really happy we're getting less and less stuff here in the backyard for winter. So it was a good day in all. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna take in the Suburban and put on some winter tires and some other small stuff, or take in the Mini, work on that for a few days. In the most northern part of Sweden, they have gotten snow already, but I live pretty far down south, below middle. So we tend to get our first snow in the end of November, but it most often melts away immediately. And where I live, we very rarely have snow laying around for longer periods of time. So I don't have any super stress to get winter tires and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna think about it. But anyway, that will be all here for today, and I'll be back to you tomorrow with hopefully some better progress.